Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and man, we have a nasty one. And this is from Japan. This is another case of another Runoruo Kenshin author committing cheese pizza and getting away with it to a certain degree and trying to play with the manga industry with non-issue, like nothing ever happened. Everyone should praise me. That's the kind of thing that even I was talking to one of my friends that was in denial. And this is my opinion, but I really I cannot see with good eyes the IP of Runoruo Kenshin anymore. You can tell me you can differentiate, separate the author from the creation. Well, it's difficult because he used his creation to get cheese pizza material and to make other underage women to create that stuff, that disgusting stuff. And part of the material he constructed when they raided his house, they thought he was a distributor. They thought he was from the black market of the organized crime. It was insane, and he didn't get in jail. He got bailed out. And yes, I know other mangakas were actually rightfully upset about that same decision. Or even when some editorials like the Shonen Jump, they try to do that tribute like the last year for all the years of Runoruo Kenshin, and the mangaka of JoJo Bizarre Adventure was basically saying, "No, that guy can go fuck himself, but yeah, since you're forcing me to make a drawing here, that's it." Just a not good looking one. If you have seen how he drowns, yeah, he just did a mockery and say call it a day. But well, I'm saying this because that story repeats itself again. I was saying, look at this headline: Shogakukan suspends distribution of manga Jojin Kamen over author bearing failures issues official apology. Let's see how they try to frame it because I saw this one shared by that ex-prawn actress Kaho Shibuya, and oh man, it's horrible. So, Shogakukan has suspended distribution of the manga Jojin Kamen following issues related to the appointment and bearing of its original author. The editorial department of the manga app Manga One announced on the 27th February that it has halted digital distribution of the series and stopped shipments of its collected volumes. An official statement explaining the circumstances and offering an apology was posted on the company website. So, this guy committed cheese pizza to an underage girl. He even did something like make her eat feces, eat literally shit, groom her for years, for as far as I heard from all the information, and he got caught, but he didn't step on jail. He only paid a hefty fine and tried to make once again manga with a new alias, and people have caught out who this person really is, and that editorial tried to hide this. And yeah, everyone is in Japan is boycotting them. The editorial is getting destroyed and is not going to survive with its current business. They are done. And yes, because Japan see this shit obviously that no man, enough is enough. We cannot allow something like this to happen ever again. Because also, let's look at this. This also brings a strong bad reputation. It's not enough that mangakas have to deal with a lot of nonsense with fucking tourists on social media. If it wasn't enough with the real life tourists going inside Japan and causing damage and being announced like the Johnny Somalis out there in the entire world, you have these tourists on the internet being little pests, fucking cunts, harassing artists, mangakas, for mixing fiction with reality. oh, Mama G's pizza because that artist draw lolly. That nonsense. That kind of nonsense we have seen it many times. And this type of shit shows that are being uncovered, yeah, if Japan actually is doing the correct decisions here in going full boycott, because it's also going to bring more damage to the reputation of the artists themselves. Because yeah, they said, oh, so at this point they're giving ammo to the tourists. That's why they have to deal with this shit. Look at this. According to the statement titled "quote unquote" explanation and apology regarding the suspension of Yojin Kamen, the editorial team acknowledged that there were problems in its decisions to appoint the original author and its internal confirmation process. As a result, distribution of Yojin Kamen has been suspended and shipments of the tankobon volumes have been halted. The statement further revealed that Ichiro Hajime, credited as the original creator of Yojin Kamen, is the same individual as Soichi Yamamoto, the author of Daten Sakusen. So he committed that crime to that underage girl at the same time he was doing a manga serialization, allegedly, on that ceremony in 2020. Let's continue. Background, the suspension, and editorial response. The editorial department explained that in 2020, following the arrest, summary, indictment, and fine imposed on Yamamoto, serialization of Daten Sakusen was discontinued. However, in 2022, Manga 1 became a new serialization titled Yojin Kamen, based on an original artwork created to Ichiro Hajime. The statement admitted that the individual should not have been appointed as the original author. That fucking editorial knew, and they didn't give a fuck, despite that they would face backlash. They will expect fucking backlash. And probably because even this guy is not didn't hit big like Runoruo Kenshin. Yes, and but this that again, this fucking hurtful situation happening where they allow a PDF file escape free with little to no repercussions and work in the same industry again. Yeah, let's be real here. If other manga creators inside Japan are working editorial like this, yeah, imagine also the reputation gets damaged heavily. And since the Japan built themselves up in a trustworthy society, yeah, this doesn't help them at all. But let's continue. So the statement admitted that the individual should not have appointed to an author. It also offered a direct apology to the victim, stating that the editorial team takes its responsibility very seriously. Clearly they don't, since they rehired that fucker again, but with a new creation. Let's continue. The statement continued with an apology to readers. To Eri Tsuruyoshi, the illustrator of Yojin Kamen, to contributing creators, and to all related parties for the concern and the inconvenience caused. The message concluded with a formal apology from the Manga 1 editorial department. But the damage is already done. Anyway, let's continue. The announcement also addressed involvement in a civil lawsuit between Yamamoto and the victim. It stated that although the editorial department had no intention of organizational involvement in the settlement negotiations referred in the civil proceedings, an editor joined a group chat on a messaging application at the request of both parties. The department explained that certain settlements and conditions had already been discussed prior to the editor's participation, and that the editors advised the parties to appoint legal counsel and formalize the agreement through a notarized document. Yeah, the ones who and they didn't want to let this case turn out. Let's continue. The statement acknowledged that the editorial department understanding of the seriousness of the matter and its grants of relevant information were insufficient, describing its response as inappropriate, and concluded with another apology and pledged to implement measures to prevent recurrence. You know who is doing that measures to avoid this ever again? The mangakas. Look at this. So, breaking news. Most of the Japanese manga industry is talking about Daten Sakusen's mangaka Shoichi Yamamoto's CP scandal that was covered up. Because he also was caught when they were investigating his ass that he also had cheese pizza. Again, Ronuruo Kenshin all over again. Many manga authors are putting their series on indefinite hiatus as a response. And it's a growing number of authors too, as you can see. They want to burn that editorial, and they are doing it. You know what? Since you know how a lot of money make this industry, but also we don't want to have this kind of pieces of shit serving themselves. Look at this. Enosumi Aftergod Era Tsuruyoshi Junjin Kamen Illustrator, yeah. Shihiro Komori made wa Kosuri Hachiya-kun. Announcing indefinite hiatus for her manga one series in response to the scandal. Look at this. Let's look at the first one. Posted a detailed note summarizing the crime and scandal, calling out the author and editors involved. She is a former manga one author. She left that place. Second one. Issue a statement expressing shock and stating that she was unaware of the author's past. The series has been cancelled. Yes, again, announced the fourth one, Sumito Owara of Keep Your Hands Off Ace Sokusen, announced an indefinite hiatus for his series in protest. Konomi Wagara on Neko Hajime Mashita announced an indefinite hiatus for her manga one series in response to the scandal. Rokuruo Ogaki, Shogun's Gold in America, issued one statement expressing regret and noting the incident it feels personal as a father and a manga artist. Ah, yeah, that one is going to hit so hard because I know parents will, of course, they don't want something like this to happen to their kids. That feeling is universal, for fuck's sakes. Even everyone can empathize with that idea, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, PDF files are fucking monsters disguised as humans. Let's continue. Toshisaku from Usogoi issued a statement weighing on the scandal expressing disapproval, and Ikamatsuki Nippon Sengoku stated that the Shokugakukan will release an official statement on the scandal, which they did on February. So that's how it goes. And Kurichita-san said this. The Japanese manga industry has been shocked by the revelation that a manga artist, while working as a lecturer, repeatedly sexually assaulted a 15-year-old girl at the time, and that even after this was revealed in court, a publishing company continued to use him as an original author while concealing this fact. So yes, the fucking editorial is gonna go out of business because they are boycotting them. Say, you know what? I don't want to work here. Oh yeah, I want something to be done about this editorial for allowing a criminal to reintegrate like this in an industry that don't allow people like this. Just saying, for a place that it's based their on sole foundation as being a high trusted society. Yes, this one, yeah, is why that editorial will want to be like a Mexican politician. Oh, committed crimes, she speaks and also run for to be a senator. It's insane to me. Let's continue with the statement of Kurishita-san. So, despite the incident involving American, yeah, we read that. Ah, yeah, excuse me, we were here. Despite the incident involving a major publishing company, protests have spread, with well-known manga artists also pointing out the problem on social media and suspending the company's handling of his works until a satisfactory explanation is provided. Even in pursuing freedom of expression in fiction, we must take a tough stance against sexual assault and crime in the real world. The issue was only made publicly yesterday, and Japanese manga fans are closely watching future developments. Yeah, look at this. Even Mickey Mouse is shocked because of the scandal. What a good time, man. This one, I can fault mangaka and otaku for being pissed out. This is definitely not going under the rug. It isn't because they don't want another Runoruo Kenshin to, again, This is an issue. Like it's like when they say, "Hey, why are you buying from places that can support a lot of illegal stuff?" Yeah, sadly, the manga industry could get a bad presence and reputation, damage to reputation for other artists that, of course, they don't have anything to do with this. But if they let this problem grow, yeah, they is going to be a strong affection. It gives ammo to those fucking antis and those filthy tourists that really wants to shit a lot on manga and anime in general.